So what's the UK abrochi memuha? Na when your car akwenshie bi enyo fo. Ana se adokita fo ahwe wa wan hwe yi. Right claim betumi aboa wa ma wagisi kan pimpin bebre. Ya wo UK a lawyer fo etitru ana se ekuku damfo a betumi aboa wo afonko ama. Kosi se we sika no beba. Eno ani se wo be ko www.whyteclaims.co.uk. Na wa fill wo form. Wo betumi afre yen wo number ya ewu figure ase. Say a cancel of flight. And now say when your flight delay for over don shremiensa. May trek 3 hours. Enko bebia. Right claims betumi aboa ma ahanso wa Jessica. Right claims. It's as simple as that.
Green Select Glucometer from Costless Ventures. Safidi kitwaya etimimpo esho botomi ebwa mahunu sugar level abribia. Wana ho diabetes anayarea hodwa emma sugar level. Esote wo brano no. Safidi ebe po nkaye baby bia wo bia no wada won so akohu doctor ntem. Na wo dry betimi ma blood sugar no aye pepepe. With Green Select blood glucose monitoring system, you get your test results in 5 seconds. And you 5 seconds per now results are ready. And it's suitable for persons of all age. Na ne boso de at the form of Call Costless Ventures now on 0205-915-315. Green Select Glucometer, the best. This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Okay, so the action on radio is what I give to you anytime you see me sitting like this here on Sammy Flex TV. And because I know sometimes you are so busy during the day, you don't even get time to listen to what we do on radio, I have introduced this particular segment called the Highlights of Showbiz Agenda. Here what I do is whatever we did on Xylophone 102.1 FM on a special program called Showbiz Agenda, I give you all the highlights. I know you might not have time to listen to all the 3-hour program, so what I do is I come down, call my team, and we say that people would want to hear this, they want to see this, we piece them together for you to enjoy. It is called the Highlights of Showbiz Agenda. So today's episode is going to give you one of such, taken from Xylophone FM's Showbiz Agenda. All that you have to do is to sit, relax, enjoy, and still get the moment just as it was live on radio. I did this with my team led by Digital Rasta Currency, Richie Flex, Ya Lapiji, Nana Reagan, and Team Dodo Solomon, aka Chamo, and MC Berima as well. Now you have to relax, and anytime you want to know what is happening on Xylophone FM, this is what you have to do. Subscribe to this channel, Sammy Flex TV, get all the updates, and even if you're not able to listen to what we do on radio, you get a chance to watch it here on Sammy Flex TV later. Enjoy the moment, and you can always share your comments with us here on the show. Enjoy, and let's do more. We out.
Gentlemen, Akwaba. Let me start from here. Big man, it's been long I saw you on the stage, or you are still there. Maybe I am not looking for you.
Maybe it's been long we actually went. Maybe it's been long we actually went on stage. But Ade, you be the big man.
How bigger?
Sure. Once here.
You can't show.
You be the boss.
Oh, I know, right. And how are activities at Roverman Productions?
Well, we're good. We are adjusting to the new situation, small, but so far we're all good. I mean, by the grace of God, everything is.
Are you sure you guys are very, very good? Like very good.
Technically, for the purposes in which we are existing, we all know that activity is on hold. So we're all trying to, survive and all that. So in that particular regard, not so well, but we're surviving.
Okay, we will go into a deeper conversation very soon. Let me also welcome my man. And the voice you heard was Kenneth Saki, a media relations, social media manager for Roverman Productions. And let me go here. Big man, because of your mask, I'm not able to identify who really is this one. Big man, how are you doing though?
Sammy, I'm fine.
Yourself? Actually, we are trying. I know we've been talking, but we hardly meet.
Yes.
Sometimes we plan our meetings and something will come up and we are not able to meet to do our things.
Very, very true. It's because we are not working.
But how are you guys feeling within these times? Now that about a year and maybe more. The Holy Spirit is taking care of them.
To be honest with you, it's not easy. Like Kofi said, it's the Holy Spirit.
So, are you also a new creature?
Well,
from the way things are going there, if the president doesn't take care, that way.
All right, so I understand Kofi Asamoah is also in the same area though. Yes. So I'm sure we will be putting together some 1 or 2 activities and maybe forward it to the people who are controlling affairs. In fact, the powers that be.
Very necessary.
How long have you been home without any production so far? I get closer, you are far away from your mic.
1 year and 2 months.
Yeah,
it's 1 year and 2 months.
1 year and 2 months.
Yeah.
So your last production was when?
14th March 2020.
Yeah.
That was your very last production.
Yeah, that was Are We Safe?
Are We Safe?
Yes.
At the National Theatre, I guess.
At the National Theatre.
And since then, you've not done anything
No,
again?
we've not done any production since that.
I see. So where are the actors, the players? Where are they? What are they doing?
Well, we tried doing some shows online, but it didn't go well. It didn't go well, to be honest with you. You invest, and then the investment, you don't reap anything. You don't even break even. We tried doing online stuff, and it didn't go well. And at Nyasapo, we are trying to do Boardroom, which is a series on TV, but that one too, like Kofi is here, you can ask him.
No,
it's not easy getting sponsors to come on board for those stuff. You get it. But with theater, you know that okay, on a good day, if it doesn't rain and God is with you, at least you break even when you are doing a production. You get it. But now we are trying to do a bit of this, a bit of that, but our core business, which is live stage performance. Oh, Charlie,
that one is not happening.
Charlie.
Yebe room, and check Yebe room says here. You also heard the voice of Francis Tete, Nutako theater consultant. Now let me move on to Latif Abubakar. Latif, how are you doing, bro?
I'm doing great.
You seem to be okay. It looks like you are not affected much.
Is it because I'm quiet?
It is what it is.
No, you seem to be okay. Like you were smiling throughout the conversation. Like yeah.
I mean, what can we do at this time? We need to keep hope alive. So that's what we try to do, but we are struggling. And you see, it's more it's painful or serious when you realize that your crew members, your actors, and so on and so forth are also struggling, and therefore they also assume to rely on you one way or the other. It becomes something else.
You know, I get that problem. But you are their boss. They are struggling. They have to look up to you. Yes. And now you are also even bleeding them more.
Exactly. So you are unable to balance it well. But we also tried some few virtual plays. I mean, the first 2 went well because we're on lockdown. So we did the Thank God for Idiots. We actually had a very huge reach, close to across board, close to 3.5 million in partnership with the Ministry of Information and then the Ministry of Health. That was the first ever play on COVID-19 in the world.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, that went well.
What was the name of that play?
Thank God for Idiots.
Thank God for Idiots. Okay.
Yeah, just to educate people about COVID-19. So, but subsequently, when the ban was lifted in terms of the lockdown, the total lockdown, you have people. I mean, a lot of people moved away from the internet now. So the views
came down,
dropped drastically, and it's not sustainable. So this year, latter part of last year, we did virtually nothing. And we are hoping that the theaters will be open so that we can take advantage of what we can do best.
Okay, because you are still on the mic, let me ask, how about you guys maybe starting TV productions for what you do? So you do it on a stage. We know what you guys do is the live stage production. Now that you are not allowed to organize people to do the live stage production, how about moving the concept, the ideologies of your script to the TV kind of production?
Okay, so it moves away a bit from the word theater properly, from stage plays, because the concept is it has to be live with audience interaction. That's the real concept. So when we move to TV, then the feel of we maintaining the traditional theater setting does not exist again. So it means we indirectly.
So let me ask this: we used to watch Akan drama.
Yes.
is Akan drama not akin to what you guys are doing on the stage?
I would say there's difference because it's shot for TV mostly, and then we all watch Akan drama on TV. But theater actually must have live audience. That is what it is. Primarily, it must have live audience. We are trying to modify it. That's why we did the virtual stuff. Yes, but primarily, what the interaction between the actors and actually the audience is what makes theater. It's the feeling. So if you look at a lot of the virtual plays we have, the people who actually pay to watch live productions can pay, let's say, 100 cedis to come and watch a live production. But when you say you should pay 10 cedis for virtual, they don't pay. They feel that no, that is not the experience I'm looking out for. And most of our audience don't want to go virtual. They want the real live experience and feel of being sitting in the auditorium and then interacting face to face with the actors and then the crew members. That is actually what theater originally is. We can move to, and then the other challenge is that if you decide to move even to screen, shoot it and move to screen, the cost and now the content, the airtime, and then the advertising to sustain that becomes a whole ball game. And most of us actually are more experienced with the selling of products, theater product, the real live theater product, as compared to selling of TV content. They are two different ball games altogether.
I see. How about you guys starting collaborations with TV stations? Because I know that there are so many TV stations who are also looking for content. So if, for instance, leaving it to you guys alone to do the production is going to be cost effective, how about you guys collaborating with them? So for instance, Xylophone TV, it is a Xylophone TV and Latif Abubakar's Globe production. How about that?
I think it's possible. I mean, it's a great idea. It's something I'm sure some of us have started exploring. That's how Nyansapo is actually doing something with what's the name? Yes, a television station. Exploring that too as well. But they are still struggling even with that, possibly in terms of the sponsorship, because they are investing so much into content. You can speak well for them. They are investing so much into content, but it's actually not working. It's not that easy. Not that the content is not good. If you watch that boardroom thing, it's extremely interesting, very hilarious. I mean, you have major players on board on that particular platform, but it's just not working.
I see. All right. So you also heard the voice of Latif Abubakar. He is a playwright, CEO of Globe Productions. Now let's go into the discussions proper. And I'm starting with Kenneth Saki, who is from Roverman Productions. Ken, you guys have been around for a good number of years. About how many years so far?
Since 2008.
Since 2008. Yes, that is a good number of years. Should a 1 year break affect you that much?
That is a good question. That is a good question because technically it shouldn't. Technically it shouldn't. But you see, at this particular point, I'd want to call it something like more like an FMCG, fast moving consumer good.
Great.
Okay. In this instance where we've told our people that we are giving them a new play every quarter. Every quarter they're looking for something new from you, and we have kept the pace, we've kept the standard, so much so that every time they come and they want to see something totally different, something that will beat the previous show that they've seen. That is how we have built our audience. Now, taking the same audience away from something that is going at that rate, awesome at that rate, for a whole year, it will slow down the pace. It will break the rhythm, it will break the chain. Since 2008 till somewhere 2019, 2020, we've been putting up a new show every quarter. That is 4 times a year. You understand? So 4 times a year, our patrons are looking for it to a new show every quarter. Now, if you take these same people away for 1 whole year, it will destabilize the whole system. It will change. Something will change.
Over the years, you guys have compiled a lot of content.
Yes.
4 times a year.
Yes.
Since 2008.
Yes.
What do you do with that content?
Okay. So primarily for a very long time, we shot for archival purposes, and we do have footage of all the plays we've put in. We shot for archival purposes, so that in case we are going to put up another one on stage, we go back to it and say, okay, so how was the structure here? What can we build on? So we go back to our pictures, we go back to the videos, build the set, and improve on whatever we had. Okay. Now, up until when COVID struck clearly and we went into lockdown, this was the purpose. Then we had to go back and still keep a sort of rhythm going, because in as much as we're unable to go to National Theatre, we still have to get the people, following the things we do. So then we decided to go back and find out which one would be more, convenient to show. Then we realized that, like, a certain similarity to what Latif said, shooting for stage or shooting for screen is far different from recording what you are putting up on stage for archive purposes. You understand? Then we realized that, okay, the content is great, but when you look at the direction, when you are watching it, you realize that the dynamics are totally different. So yes, we have footage and everything. We've done quite a number of virtual shows since the time the lockdown up till now. We've done quite a number of virtual shows, but we've had to sit back and think about possibly going back to reshoot some of these things purposely for screen. You understand? Yes. So we have the content.
But are there plans to sell what you guys have put down over the years? Because I know that you guys, when we are watching your plays or your productions, you even don't permit video recordings.
Yes.
You don't permit anything at all. It means you want to have the content to yourself only.
Yes.
How about compiling all these content for sale? Maybe putting it on another online portal for sale, or putting on CDs, pen drives, like people are doing?
That is possible. Okay. Just that the minute you release one of your content, you lost all of it. And you and I know this.
Because of our piracy?
Yes. That is possible. But
that is what the movie guys are doing.
Well, yes. And I followed the question you asked them about possible collaborations between theater and TV stations. That is an add-on. Now, the basic is the audience actor feel. The basic is the audience technical people feel. You watch movies where you hate somebody so much, you literally insult a person on screen and all that. You come and watch a play and you have that live interaction feel. You understand? That is lost. That is very possible. But then again, like I said, we would have to go back and actually shoot for screen. Because if you put a camera there and you record everything that is going on stage, and you go and you watch it and you want to put it on TV, you realize that it's flat. You understand? But then again, if you shoot it with the mindset of screen, then you can have multiple cameras, you can have multiple directions, which we actually thought of. You understand? It's in the offering. But then again, we need to work such that it's not just about putting it on pen drive, it's just about putting it on, uploading it on, digital channels and all that. You have to make sure that you protect your content as much as you also want to reach the end viewer. Otherwise, Charlie, you put that thing out there before you realize
you not get anything out of it,
and people would actually make money off your hard work. Kofas is here. I'm sure he can. He
knows that. Yeah.
People will make money out of your hard work, and that is a big challenge.
Okay, let me chip in something.
Yes.
So we wanted to put Accra We Day on a digital platform.
Okay.
Then
which one to be specific?
Accra We Day.
Okay.
Accra We Day.
No, I'm talking about which platform.
Amgo.
Okay. That MTN. Yeah.
Amgo. And then when we took the video to them, they realized that the standard they wanted the video to be is not the same standard we record in theater.
You guys were below the standard.
We're below the standard just because we're recording it for our archives. You get it? And then we went back and we wanted to record it during this period. And then we realized that actually the recording alone is 40K. The recording
getting equipment and production for the recording alone.
And you need a TV director, somebody like Kofas, to come and direct that aside the theater director directing it for TV. So if today the theater is opened and then we are doing a production and we even want to record it like that, you still need to bear that cost of a 40K. And ask yourself, will people pay for you to even break even? You get it? And theater, like Latif said, is an experience. Just like a movie premiere. The reason why we go for the movie premiere is not because we will not get a movie to watch outside, but to meet the cast, to meet the director, to
get an untold story that might come out of to
network with somebody. That is the reason why people come to the theater, because of the experience. You get it? You are seeing Clemento Suarez on stage live. He says something, you are in the audience there, and then you also respond and he pick on that, he reacts on it, and you see, you love that communication, that experience. You don't get it anywhere. So even if we are doing our productions for TV or screen, we will still be losing that. And that is why we are here today, asking that the president will at least listen to us and open the cinemas and theater for us to work. So we just want to work.
Okay, Franz, so let me ask this. Do you guys have an association or a group or a club that you guys are coming together to push this agenda? No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you, Franz, because you said you are here to appeal to the president to open to appeal to the president to open up the theaters. That's why I'm asking that. Is there a unified force? Is there a unified force that one day, if say Uncle Whyte leads you guys with all these young and fresh-blooded guys behind him?
I think that it didn't. Okay, so I'm just helping out.
No. Any
because
of you can take
I think that it doesn't really exist, or I don't know of any.
Yeah.
But currently, we are teaming up. We are teaming up to do something like that. We are teaming up to have a uniform front, and then to approach the necessary stakeholders that we need.
So
to
now
to.
plans are into.
I mean, it started. Plans have started. At least we've had some conversations amongst ourselves, and then we are ready to move. You understand? So I'm sure within a few days, I mean, not by next week, you'll see us moving, and then we'll be moving with people like you, the media, and so on and so forth. You see us taking action in terms of, I mean, the necessary procedures. Who we need to see, we'll try and approach them in conversation as to how the theaters can be open for us to operate.
Okay. Now, some funding came to cushion most in the. No, everyone is smiling. Look at them; they've all turned away. Oh, I know some funding came. Some people got it for their productions. Some people got some support. How about you guys? What happened to you?
We didn't get anything. I can speak for Nyansapo, I can speak for Super Farm.
But did you guys hear about it?
Yeah, we heard about it. But
did you apply?
Yes, by the time we did, they said the money is finished. The money is not enough. There's another one coming, and as at now, the second batch hasn't even come. You get it? And then you see, in our space, usually people don't understand us. When you say creative, sometimes they push everything to musicians. You get it? Even the movie people are even suffering. How much more us in the theater space? And you ask whether we have a body. National Theatre is supposed to be regulating all our activities. Last week we were at the National Theatre, and even that, they are reluctant because they feel like they are part of government. You get it? They feel like they are part of government. So to go and even speak for you that they should open the theater is even a problem. You get it? And the funding that came, Charlie, nobody. I don't think. Glogo.
I didn't even hear of it.
You did not hear.
We heard of it, but by the time we heard of it, the money is finished.
I actually heard of it after. When I was told the money, an amount of money has been shared, I was like, oh, what's happening?
So you did, maybe Roverman got it because.
Oh no.
Oh. No. With all your influence and you guys also did not get. But did you hear about it?
No, personally, I didn't.
Okay.
Personally, I didn't.
I want to believe Uncle Whitehead.
Well, I think you'd have to ask him directly.
So, how are you guys protecting your actors, your crew members, so that when everything is maybe settled, they will now come back? They will not be taken away by other areas or other professions. How are you guys protecting them?
Okay, so fortunately for us, the chunk of people in our acting group are professionals in their own right.
Okay.
So we have doctors, we have lawyers, people who are doing it out
their own things.
You understand?
Okay.
Doctors, lawyers, pharmacists, and they come together and we use our extra times and all of that to work and make sure that we have a play for Ghanaians every quarter. The corporate unit that forms Roman Productions is, I think, about just only 10% of the larger group. So it is that corporate group that we are just together pushing also the small things. We are the ones facilitating the live streams and all of that, just to keep the corporate body running. You understand? So in that particular regard, yes, we are in constant touch with all our people, making sure that generally everybody is fine, everybody is well. You understand? But when it comes to corporate units, that's what we are saying. We are facilitating the live streams, and we are developing other content. We are developing webinars. We are developing other online, so that it's not just the play. We are doing other things to make sure that you're not just bored, you're not just coming to watch a play, you're watching something from Uncle Ibo, you're watching something from this, you're doing short stuff, just to keep the corporate unit running till our voice is heard and everybody can come back together again. So yes, in that particular regard, we are in touch with all of them, and we know that they are all fine.
And you know that very soon, if all things are settled, they will surely come back.
Exactly.
Okay, how about you, Latif? How are you also protecting your people so that when all is down, they will still come back to you?
I think that, so we are not just into theater, we do events, and we've been running a lot of virtual events currently for corporate organizations.
Okay,
that's our strength. So what we do is, for those who are not working, because like he said, part of the crew are actually professionals working in the banks and so on and so forth. For those who are not working, we bring them on board most of our events. You understand? And then they are able to benefit from something small in terms of the allowances they get one way or the other. That is what we're using to keep them gradually until the theaters are open. So, we are tapping more, expanding more with our events, doing more of virtual corporate events for corporate organizations. That's what we are actually building our strength on. We do a lot of training and consulting too, so that is also picking up. And we engage these people. Anybody that is able to go on stage and deliver properly, it has the capacity to do a lot of things. So we tap into their knowledge, and then we use them in other fields too as well. So that's what is happening now.
I see. Francis, how about you?
For us, the story is different. Two of them are, even at least they are surviving. For us, we are dead. We are dead, to be honest with you, because most of the people we use are straightly actors, technical guys in this field, and this is what they do to survive. So early days in COVID, we decided to be doing other production for TVs, like the boardroom and all that stuff. But Charlie, Sammy, it's not easy. It's not easy. We are suffering. We are suffering a lot. It's not easy at all.
Okay, so I was also asking this: that is the National Theatre the only venue or hall that you guys can rely on? How about maybe thinking about other places like maybe hotel, conferences, even the church? Even the church.
I'm not cutting you short. In the last lockdown directive given by the president, he was specific. He said theatrical performances. So it means that no matter where you put it, it's still not allowed. Do you understand? So in that particular regard, it's not carrying. We can leave the same content and take it anywhere. You understand? But once that caveat is there, then it means that you're still locked, literally.
Aside that, you see, there's some convenience that comes with using the conference center, the National Theatre, for your production. You get it. These are buildings that are positioned where you can have theater performances with your rigging of light, sound, and all those things smoothly. But when you go for hotels and all those things, your cost will shoot up by 2, because now you need to bring a truss for your light. You need to bring stage. You get it. But with this auditorium, the stage.
That's average.
Like Charlie, your cost will shoot up the roof. So Charlie, it's difficult using these spaces. For example, you are using a church. Charlie, people driving to the National Theatre is different from driving to ICGC to watch a play. It's different. Some people try doing some movie in the park or something. Charlie, it's different. Some Adiano Ghanaian what position in mind say a theater because a movie because of a bet. It is a ukobi before from poa a heading. You get it? A heading is difficult.
I see. So are you guys still getting inspirations to write stories, or because you guys are not even doing anything, inspiration to write is even missing?
You see, as for putting together content, there it is there. Once the inspiration is there, you need to put it down. You need to prepare for the rainy day. So as for that one, we're still gathering, we're still putting the content together. So that one there, the stories there, they are coming. I'm sure Latif has written a whole container of stories. I'm sure it's there. So you're getting ready for once it's open, because you don't want to wait for it to open for you now to go back to the drawing board, because creating content is a whole task on its own.
So to add up, in fact, this is an opportunity for us to create content.
Turn your mic like this way.
Okay, this is an
good.
opportunity for us to create content. Now that we're actually not active out there in terms of the production and producing. I mean, we use most of our time. Okay, sorry, I use most of my time to write scripts. And then, I mean, within this lifespan, this time, we've been able to produce about 2 scripts, 2 full-length play scripts, waiting for the band to be lifted.
What is the approach like? Before I bring in Kofi Asamoah and Sammy Rasta, what is the approach like? How are you guys going to approach this particular deal, as in pushing for the opening of the theaters? What is the approach, the practical ways you guys are going to do this?
I think that one of the most practical ways is to appeal. Is to let the authorities in power know that, look, first off, people that come to watch our plays and people that come to watch the cinemas, they are people you can easily control. Easily. Like you said, you come there, we say don't take pictures. You won't take pictures.
Yeah, so no one does that.
You won't do it. You come there and say, wear a nose mask, wash your hands, sit here. You can't sit here. These are the easiest people you can control. In fact, if you're looking for a group of people that you can actually tell them that we need you to drive this for us, we are the easiest people. I think we should even be a tool for education, for reform when it comes to these particular, issues. So then it's just to appeal to the authorities and let them see that, look, it is not just enough closing them down to say that, hey, don't work. Let's find ways and find out how can we make these people the mouthpiece for us. How can we use these people to educate the people? How can we make these people work and yet get the information and the education out there? Imagine putting such information in the hands of Clemento Suarez. And I remember when we had the lockdown, one of the most viral videos that went on was something that the ABC of Corona or something like that. Imagine we have stuff like that, allowing them to be open, to be free, and yet put in the restrictions and say that control your people. We'll bring supervisors and things like that. And that, I believe, shouldn't be so difficult. You understand? We'll bring supervisors to ensure that you do everything as planned and everything will be fine. I am working, the lights, the sound man, the technical people would have jobs to do. At the end of the day, the ushers, everybody. And at the end of the day, we'll still be able to put all these measures in place and prevent the spread of COVID, which is the reason why these lockdowns were implemented in the first place.
That's true.
You understand?
So around how much have you guys lost at Roverman Productions?
Okay. I'm sure my boss will kill me for this, but so getting into the second quarter last year, we had sponsorship waiting, yet to be executed. Close to 80K
cities.
Yes. Now we have to do it, and I mean it's work. So you do it, and then you get paid this amount of money because clearly it's sponsorship work and all of that. That is the first chunk. Like I said, we are putting a production costs about 150K. This is live play,
150K
roughly
for every production.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
At Roverman.
Latin figures Latin can bear me witness.
Latin figures 1.5 billion.
Wow.
And it's a regular. You understand? And it doesn't just come even only to us, the ushers, the technical people and all of that. So even if you are thinking
publicity,
if you're thinking about probably the loss Roverman has made, think wider. Think about the loss the sound person the money he didn't get to make because he didn't put up sound stuff for Roverman, the light person, even the media houses because we didn't get to do publicity.
Yeah.
Exactly, because
the government is losing to us well.
Yeah, because they also come and take their taxes.
The taxes and all that. So it's a wider scope. It's not just about the money that Roverman has lost. It's about the weight of loss that cuts across everybody. And until we see it as such, we'd always think that,
Roverman for now.
You understand in this particular regard. But if you think about it on a wider scale, the loss is bigger than you actually can imagine. And until we think in that respect, we would say that it's just Roverman people, it's just Globe people, it's just Nyansapo. No.
Okay, Nyansapo, how about you? How much have you guys lost?
So for us in a year we do 2 productions.
Okay.
And The budget for a production is 120k, and you get 120k, and before lockdown we had about probably 30k in sponsorship. Waiting, that is sponsorship, not ticket sales.
Yeah,
and if you do a production on a good day, you can clock like 200-250k. So
wow,
yes. We are losing. No, but it's but when you finish paying people, you realize that actually
Sikanasa. Okay, Latif. I want to quantify you guys your losses so that if there is any money elsewhere, I'll see how best I can also tap into it to get something for you guys.
So it's mostly for us, we look at two things. Our losses is not just even monetary only. It's the effect and the impact of theater on people. I've had a lot. I mean, we also started in 2009, so way back, and we've had a lot of positive reviews on the impact of our plays on people, on families, and on individuals. And that actually sometimes makes me feel sad, because you wake up in the morning and people send you a message and say, "That Ben I'm play. When are you going to do this?" We get so many messages, not because of the profit you make, but also because of the fact that people feel they are losing something. They are actually really, really losing something that excites them, that motivates them, that inspires them. And I mean, for me, it's one of the things that really, really worry, because it's not always that we make money when we stage plays. We put in 150 sometimes, then you get like 100. I mean, we still move on. So, but then the smiles on the faces of people actually keeps us going and keeps us moving. The joy, the fact that people's relationship, we mend people's relationship. People get married using your platform. Those things,
sometimes you cannot take your wife to just any other place. Exactly. But for the theater, it will be good for you to take your wife along.
We are talking about the opening up of the theater, and I was going to say that I was having a discussion with them. I told them that, look, almost every job space is opened. Almost every job space currently is open. Why the cinemas and the theaters? Why? What is the reason? Like, we just need a justification. What is the reason?
We are preventing the spread of COVID.
Good, but what about the other works? Like excuse me to say, like here, like here, like the banks, like the Threatres, like they
are wearing masks.
So in the theater you can't wear masks. Like, you see. So because I
question because even Threatre that we sit
there's
very
no social distance.
Yes,
taxis.
Yes.
And I just remember a statement one guy made like 3 years ago. I mean, one of the rowdy guys in Nima, he usually they like coming for my place too as well. So he came there and was like, decent.
No, I think it is true. When it comes to theater production, send you be a you cannot even shout.
No, you can't do anything.
Like, you see, they laugh decently. They laugh, you know. I saw your own cancel this guy. You're laughing like a rich person.
Format.
You understand? So it amazes him. Like, he feels that if you want to be decent and gentle, just come
go to the theater production.
That is actually the thing. That is how it is. So I get surprised and shocked when the theaters are closed because of what issues of COVID. No, I feel that is the platform that can actually manage and educate people the more. That is the best platform.
Picking up on that, Mr. Cole made a statement that he said that what's the difference between you sit in a VIP bus for what?
People sit in VIP buses hours. And then they are watching a movie. You get it to Kumasi. That's 4 hours. What's the difference between that and sitting at a cinema to watch
for 2 hours?
For 2 hours to watch.
Just as the church is also worshiping for 2 hours.
You know what's the difference?
For me, the most important thing is that we are ready to obey and comply with all these protocols.
Okay.
No smacks. No nose mask, no entry. Once the show is going on, ushers will be going around. If your nose mask is down, they tell you to pull it up. Before you enter, there's a full body how do you call it, sanitizer.
Yeah. I know that thing.
You get it. Even though it's going to add up to our cost, but Charlie,
you guys are ready to
do all this because we have to work. You get it. We have to work, and then when if the sitting capacity is, let's say 200, we are ready to do 150. We are ready to do 100. One man, one free seat. Then the next man, we are ready to do all this thing. So we are just pleading that the president will listen to us and open up the space for us to work.
Thank you, guys. You guys, you've heard the plea of Latif Abubakar, playwright CEO of Globe Productions. You've also heard Francis Tete Nutako, theatre consultant, and Kenneth Saki, who is a media relations manager, social media manager for Roverman Productions. Okay, let me listen to what my panel members will also say. Two of them active movie guys, Sammy Rasta and Kofi Asamoah. Nana Yaredu is also here. Yes, Kofi.
Nana Yaredu is not
main cast or a movie and fan starting to current start to be. Okay, Kofi. So their story so far and what you are also putting in.
Yes, never.
Kofi, time has soon. I got 10 minutes.
That's what I mean. Seminar, a manti akin. Omaka brofu bebre. Brofo makin na. I don't know. Brofo manti akin. Hey. Fakama no tomeso. Before your manti akin na no chese. Was edumane ye de bayo.
Kofi koso na yen sebim re.
Ni na ne se I say cinema any theaters na ye close no. Cinemas ni theaters na ya tumuno. Ohawa ewum no. Ewum emma ya this in the trial now you did theatre anymore. But one more you turn suffer or mombe yeduma amaye. In fact, omum put it through. Na the yame yan say asat now yen shada nim adepotia ejina sunti amaya tutu say dwumekuo mu. Asame krum ha ana omai mu say omai kru omai mu Cheremi industry enye adwuma boba kope say industry we dey atum enye adwuma one you dey mention one
telling a book or bobo
obi nim bia obi mami one in that one sector because say adwuma ko we fui omunya adwuma obi mamba because that's how Momoka say nightclubs are pretty. Now all the nightclubs are set up lounges right in front of the club. Even the clubs are operating. Are we not going to Twist? Are we not going to Ace Tantra? Are we not going to all these places for nightclub events? To be mommy in that because are they way there? Abai ya can say yatum. You have given them options to work around. Also, nightclubs cannot operate, but the same nightclubs can do their nightclub activity if it is in the open. So, you've regulated the activity. Obia, even enforcement of this the nightclubs crowd is weak. But some non changing. Omampeni Beka said the closure of the cinemas and the theaters is backed by scientific data. Where is the data? Because we don't know what the data is. We don't know the stipulations of the data. Yenim somewhere what it a beer. Inki say okay data scientifically science for the urban say cinema A B C D into any space where these characteristics no yabetum. Then you say, oh, okay. At the current year, Minyasha said we'll be having this conversation because we would be privy to the information, to the data. And I'm common on what I say. But sir, information, yeni. So say backed by scientific data. And okay, say because it is in an enclosed space. That's how Minyasha said bank an enclosed space, but they are operating under regulation with the hopes of adherence to COVID protocol. Many sure say churches all operate in open spaces. There are churches that are tightly air conditioned, even more than the National Theatre. But there are churches with membership capacities more than the biggest hall in the Silverbed Cinema, and these are air conditioned auditoriums. Parliament of Ghana Brasami. Nipe go on about 300. Pressmen go. Parliament staff go. MP scrum my anyone more a count. All these people are operating. Parliament one battle baby you didn't come baby you didn't come out ya cancer. But some sorry na ya can your bonfire boy and some and then say chroma so yan piebo enya better
enya gentle.
It said ya na boy na me. Obi bonfire what I say ya tonyom bonfire sa e wa sorry dem wo. Mpo brasa be enkwala embofra sebio omunyansa etisen. Omumpo osi womunko school. Na nkola we de omko school yenim say they will be able to adhere to COVID protocol.
In fact, me mano de bia yes me mo fit nose mask 2. Me nko for mo school hu so mo shebida.
Na nkola no mpo osi omko school. No mo they can adhere. How much more empenifo say akola mpo eko theater ana oko cinema onko alone. Oni na ofu. And they go together. Now, call school or the parents na go transition there. Even when kids are getting into the cinemas and theaters, they go under parental guidance. This space way, yes, yatum and mamun yeduma. That's I mean, over VIP bus here, I mean, it is tightly enclosed. The seating arrangement and distances are no different from that of the theaters and the cinema. And these are buses that make 5, 4, 3, even more hour journeys. Enclosed, air conditioned. Bus munu obi beda baby. All these people are watching television in that bus throughout the 5-hour journey.
Okay, be wrapping up for me.
And no dear yes munya dwuma. But cinema no dear yes yentum. Cinema na yes yentum hwese ni wo no. Sa cinema no mutumi ye press conference e wo ho. Sa cinema na tia ho na mo se yentumi nye play e wo ho no mutumi launch political campaign e wo ho in fact creative art for nana campaign mo launch inside the hall of the cinema.
Since I told my award shows be 3 wo ho last Saturday Grammy Kobako,
and this is a cinema
eminence awards
that is also operated or Sokisafo has a hand in, a member and chairman of Film Classification Act. Creative Art for Nana, Mark Okrekumante, now Deputy Minister Designate for Creative Art, Okahuno launches our campaign inside the cinema. That cinema, they said we can't watch a film there, but we can do press conference, we can launch a campaign there. What can we do? And then we heard that the president or the National Film Authority boss says that they've made a business case to the presidency for the reopening. Business case? What business case? What are you telling me that they are not aware of the contribution of theater and cinema to the economic development of the country? Are we saying that they are not aware of the quantum of job losses affected by due to the closure? Are you saying that they are not aware? We have to go and tell them? Did the churches go tell them how much money they will make before they made them operate?
Thank you.
That's some time news for the count because I somewhere there.
I meaning pa.
Yeah, pa.
Mami tie de nana already so
better. Only trust in that.
Nana, get on the mic. Don't mind this man. Oh, you guys, yes. Okay. That was the voice of Kofi Asamoah.
Who's your boy?
Yes.
You are my boy.
Nana, to us, Nana M1.
Sammy, I think let's not take the conversation away from the pain of these creative people.
Kofi, I hope you are reading message. No, read it. He's asking some cogent questions though. Yes, boss.
I say my take pain. This conversation was beautiful. Projecting the light and throwing light on theater art in our country. Something that has been to me, has been given less of attention. You understand? In the country. Yes. We say a theater places near to cinema near to is very, very, very painful. But let's focus on the conversation here. That people in theater also deserves attention. That our plays that we do, when we finally open up, we need people to troop in and watch. Let's also celebrate the guys who are also creating jobs in that sector for people. You understand? Let's focus on that side more, because see, I can see you can't be a cinema. It's dependent on the politician to decide what to do. You understand? Our cases can be made. I mean, like, I was writing some points down. Not Kofi Bobby, so I'm looking at the contribution of, or the conversation around GTA with regards to cinemas and theaters being closed. They haven't said anything about it. In their press release that they've done, they always link towards restaurants and pubs and nightclubs and all that. They haven't said anything about the cinemas and theaters being closed. Are we not part of the GTA? See, the beauty of why this conversation was held in the first place. What am I saying? I'm also Latif that I've worked with him over a couple of productions, so I know Latif. This man I haven't met. I've listened to them, I've heard them. It also goes to encourage other young people in theater in schools that me stage me play. I can become self-employed in the theater business, and I can stand on my feet. What am I saying? And my discouraging people who are also learning in their trade by pointing out some of these maybe holes in it. Let's celebrate the work that we are doing in theater art. Let's throw more light on it so that others will be encouraged to go all out. As for the job losses, see, I've said it on this platform before. I say when the first COVID hit, if you calculate the job loss in the country, and if you are sitting in the chair of the president, I'm telling you, your focus and attention will not be where we are sitting right now. You understand what I'm trying to say? So, because we are outside the fence, we have to be careful of our conversation. I like the question Kofi posed that they want the data to see the reasons why the cinemas are closed. The same way the bank sector also had to do a cut down of employees. Do you know that? They also had to reduce their staff. In some banks, they had 4 tellers, now they have 2 tellers. Some of them have 1 teller. So if you sit in the chair as the president and you are seeing the number of job losses hitting your country, your focus and attention will be directed towards a certain part of the country before another part. Now we have a deputy minister who understands our terrain. What can we do? How do we push the conversation to him to also champion it for us to get our cinemas and theaters open? But in all the conversation, let's encourage these young men for the work that they are doing, and let's throw more light on theater so that others who are also in the space will be encouraged to go all out and do a good job.
Thank you, Nana Yaredu. Kofi, you want to respond to Yeah. Wait, let me allow Sammy Rasta. Okay.
Also, Basami, I am not a Kofo Bibisa like Yaya has asked. That then, young carbon tina, cinema in open air, and I say, young call
theater. I see you guys are not being innovative.
Now, because say, why don't you put your movies online on portals? But I remember not long ago, Kobrana did a film. He wanted to go and do it in a certain hotel, which was even more spacious and fancy.
Let me say, at a point, he even wanted to come and do it in our space.
Yes, but we're stopped. So it looks to me, it is not just where, but the act of watching film publicly. So if the Yaya is listening, the problem is not where, but it is that act say nipa boysia TV no and na almost see okay. Also, almost na yemfan to internet. You see, if we are not, it is not as if even before cinema closure, we were not having content on online digital portal. It is not the case. Before even when the cinemas were open and duly functional, we still had films online on portals, etc. And let us not say that now because we have a certain technology where we can put our films, we should kill cinema. A culture that we were now developing, we were now encouraging.
Okay.
Yes, no, because YouTube or because they're cinema online portal. What kind of thinking is that?
Sammy Rasta, Yampon. Maybe my memo 1 minute, 2 minutes. Time now,
I'm a theater person, and before na uko ekoye theater ewo school performing theater, the actors and all those people will come back and try to fit into the movie industry, and most of the actors were not fitting in because there are difference between acting on stage and on screen. And if you act consistently on stage, coming on screen is very difficult. And the introduction of plays, these gentlemen have done a lot of good to this country and to the School of Performing Arts. Some of the people every school we are now now there are theater productions. I can join them and I can make some money. Sammy, you were talking about the fact that they should record it and I'm telling you, a play, a theater. The same play, no, you record near the two TVs. You will say, you will even spoil their market. Because there are two different fields. And see, what I'm saying is that we need to encourage them because there is a whole school of performing arts. It deals with theater. It produces a lot of people every year. They find themselves in banks. A lot of people people, a lot of them or banks. And for these people to have such production houses, students out, they now know, say, okay, they are because school light, set design and all that. So I would say you guys are doing an amazing job, and God bless you for the work that you do.
All right, I'm sure we can only end it here because our time is up.
But before we call, all we are saying is that we are pleading with the authorities that be the president, minister, anybody in the creative space that has a voice. We are pleading with them. We just want to work. They should open the cinema, the theaters for us to work and make a living for ourselves.
We'll put out your video, they will hear it. Bro, any final comments?
Yes, it's in the same regard as well, because you see there are 1,001 people out there whose jobs are directly involved with this. We can't leave them for them to go out there and do other things to we want to reduce a lot of things there. Come on, let's
thank you.
This is what they not, and we thank Xylophone for giving us a platform.
We will do it again, definitely. Latif, I'm sure that will be all. Re-echoing what your people have said in your memories. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for joining us for us to do the industry project. Let me say thank you once again to Latif Abubakar, who is a playwright and again CEO of Globe Productions, to Francis Tete Nutako, theater consultant, and he is also from Nyansapo Productions, and to Kenneth Saki, media relations, social media manager at Roverman Productions. Guys, God bless you for giving us knowledge for today's edition of the Industry Project.